Hello, mabuhay! This is Teacher Lourdes, and this is your course, Science, Technology, and Society. Our lesson 2 is Science, Technology, and Nation Building. Our objectives are explain the role of science and technology in the historical and contemporary development of the Philippine nation. Analyze how scientific innovations and technological advancements contribute to national growth, societal well being, and sustainable development, and evaluate government policies, programs, and institutions involved in strengthening science and technology for nation building. If you were given 1 billion pesos to improve the Philippines, what is the first project you would fund and why? You can pause this video and write your answer in the comment section below. If I were given 1 billion pesos, I will spend the money to the following projects. For flooding, I will develop flood sensors. For poor internet, satellites and fiber optics. For traffic, transportation technology. For agricultural issues, hybrid crops and drones, and for healthcare gaps, telemedicine, which is already used by some doctors in the Philippines, and for disaster response, I will develop early warning systems. What did you notice about all the solutions I designed? What role does science and technology play in strengthening the nation? Again, you can pause the video and write your answer in the comment section. Let's have the lesson proper. Science, technology, and nation building. As you can see in this image, these are the countries who work together and are called the allies, and they collaborated with Onward to Victory. It included Serbia, Belgium, France, Great Britain, Russia, Japan, and Montenegro. These are the countries that were allies during the time of world development and World War in the past. Okay, so let's now have the lesson proper. So as you can see in this photo, uh, trees and nature are included in the development, and the nature is naturally built to freshen the surroundings amidst these high-rise buildings. So as you can see, this is situated in the city. So cities, these buildings usually are condominiums, and there are lots of people living there. This is in the city, and but the city planner developed the roads, and where there are also trees and plants to freshen up the environment. So, what is nation building? Nation building refers to the processes, structures, and innovations that strengthen a country's economic stability, okay, economic stability, social systems, political identity, and cultural unity. Science and technology have always been at the core of nation building. It shapes industries, improve health systems, strengthen economies, and driving the sustainable development. Okay, so here's a diagram of the evolution of technology and its impact on the development of social businesses. This is generated by ChatGPT. So in the 1960s, we are considered babies in terms of technology. In the 1970s, we are still children, but there are already some improvements in our technology. In the 1980s, we are still children, but we can already develop uh, more advanced technology. And in the 1980s, their inventors already have invented the television and the uh, building blocks of the computer. So In 1990s, we are like teenagers, and we now have uh, some technologies, but not as advanced as today. In the 2000s, we are growing up. So people are growing up and countries are growing up, and we are pretty cool about it. And in the 2010s and the 21st century, we are considered to have come into adulthood in terms of technology and social businesses. And already, we are already in the 21st century, and technology has advanced already, so that now we have artificial intelligence, we have computers, and Japan is the leading country in producing robots, as well as other countries like South Korea and America. So the society today is dependent on technology because every day upon waking up, we already utilize every day our mobile phones, and as teachers, we utilize our computers and the internet every single day. Okay, so that's the evolution of technology in our society. So Philippine technology now and then, food, car, houses, and health. All of these have come a long way. So before, our food are with the help of technology. Uh, Farmers now no longer use carabaos. Okay, now machines are used in farming and in cars. Early Filipinos used carabaos and horses and carriages, but now there are motorcycles and jeepneys are common in the streets of the Philippines. And in houses, houses were made with bamboo before, and it is called a bahay kubo. But since the colonization of Spanish, cement and stone houses were built, and now we have sturdier and concrete houses. In the health, before there are no good hospitals. Now there are numerous hospitals around the country, and now we have PhilHealth or the insurance. So everyone have access to PhilHealth program wherein the rich and the poor both have free services in the public hospitals around the country. And in communication, uh, before we use letters, now we have smartphones and laptop and internet for communication because it is easy and quick. Now credits, they didn't have credit cards before. Now we have credit cards and debit cards, and we can pay with our credit cards. Just swipe the card and we can go shopping. In taxes before, they don't have to pay with money, but now everything else is tax. So all our properties and the food that we eat and the services that we have are taxed. And in shopping, people would go to market and interact with other people. But now online shopping is very prominent and everyone is shopping from online stores like Shopee and Temu and other online stores. So that's what happened in our Philippine technology now and before. So in this image, you can see a young scientist or a young student who carefully examines a specimen or a document. It embodies curiosity, critical thinking, hands-on learning, and highlights the essential role of science education in shaping young minds, empowering students to explore, innovate, solve real-world problems. And by fostering scientific knowledge and skills, we not only enrich individual learning but also contribute to the advancement and development of our nation as a whole. So now let's have uh, the role. Okay, let's have the discuss. Let's discuss the trailblazing, the innovation ecosystem in northern Mindanao. So let's have this in read mode. So as you can see in this mind map, let's me Let's arrange this one. So, as you can see in this trail map, okay, this map, it has several concepts. Okay, let me help this. Okay, so trailblazing the ecosystem. So as you can see, this is from University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines. And the main concept is entrepreneur or technopreneur, which involves buying and selling of products and technological products. So other ideas included universities, accelerators and incubators, government agencies, support organizations, and centers or institutes, and funders, meetup service providers, co-working spaces, and universities. So these are the collaborative effort of all institutions and government agencies to develop innovation and flourish the ecosystem of today's information technology. Okay, so the role of science in nation building. We all know that everything that we have, physical things, our laptops, our cell phones, the light, vehicles, our things at home, everything are product of research, science, and technology. So without science and technology and research, there would be no things that we use every day to make our life easier and convenient. So science, technology, and research basically built everything that we use in our society today. So that's how science and technology contribute to nation building. Science generates knowledge that pushes societies forward. So in our country, it basically contributes to health and medicine, of course, by development of vaccines, disease surveillance, health research, and medical technologies. So the main institutions are DOST and DOH. In agriculture and food security, okay, so in agriculture and so pardon me for this. Okay, so let's have this. So in agriculture and food security, innovations in rice varieties or IRRI and agricultural biotechnology, climate resilient crops are developed for the communities, and it advances help ensure adequate food supply and sustainable farming. Science and technology also uh, facilitate in disaster risk reduction and climate action. So the main institutions are Pag-asa and PBOX, which provide life-saving scientific data about storms, earthquakes, and volcanoes. So our country is located in the Pacific Ring of Fire. So we have frequent earthquakes, and we have volcanoes erupting from time to time. And because our country is located on the Pacific Ocean, we have storms, and the Philippines have an average of 20 storms per year. So me, I am a Bicolana and I live in the Bicol region in the Philippines, and I am used to having storms since I was a kid. Now I am older. I have been resilient in all aspects of my life, especially when there are storms. So these are science-based policies improve community preparedness. So the national institutions are the following. So these are responsible for the safety, research, and agricultural information and development. So we have PBOX and UST, IRRI, or the International Research Rice Institute, and the CGIR for agriculture. So this is a satellite image of our country. So the Philippines is here. So These are the other Southeast Asian countries. So as you can see, this is captured by satellite. So satellite technology saves lives by providing critical information, communication capabilities that help in emergencies, disaster management, and health monitoring. For example, weather forecasting and early warnings and disaster response and rescue operations. Okay, so it also helped in health monitoring and disease control in communication in remote areas because our communication devices are connected to the satellite and navigation and transportation safety. So we have GPS satellites that help guide ambulances, ships, and aircraft. So in our cell phone, we already have a GPS navigation application, so we can also have access access Google Earth, which when we have internet connection, Google Earth is uh, connected to GPS satellites, wherein we can see real happening on Earth wherever you are on Earth and wherever you want to view. So these are shown to your device in real time. So satellites save lives by providing timely information, enhancing emergency response, and improving safety. Okay, so that's one. So as you can see in this image, these are some scientists working on a specimen. So next is the role of technology in nation building. So as we all know, technology transforms scientific knowledge into usable tools that improve everyday life and national competitiveness. So the first one is infrastructure and transportation technology. So everything we have, the roads, the bridges, railways, communication systems, all of these enable mobility and economic activities in our country and every country in the world. So next is information and communication technology. So now we have digital governance, e-commerce, online learning, fintech, and automation strengthen modern society. So we are now living in the modern society. So we're in communication is instant, and most of things in our life are instant, in which included instant gratification, which is we must learn how to control ourselves because some people don't know how to have discipline in their lives, in their personal and their social lives. So now we have industry and innovation. So manufacturing, robotics, renewable energy, biotechnology, and engineering innovation support industrialization. So these are very helpful in our society, but somehow has negative effects on the workers because now some countries have robots to serve in restaurants instead of people. So the negative effect is lesser human power. So and also biotechnology can change our food, as we will discuss in the topic uh, genetically modified organisms and genetically modified uh, or other engineered organisms. So uh, we will have this in another lesson. And next is technology for social services. We have e-health, e-learning platforms, digital public services, and telemedicine. Okay, so as we can see in this icon, there are several icons describing the role of computer and the internet today in our society. So these are icons. This icon for Wi-Fi, for light bulb, for settings, and every other aspect of our society. And we have this the solar panel. Okay, so solar panel and the solar farm can generate electricity using the energy from the sun, but it also have some waste issue. Also, when all of this have been used up or the solar panels and the batteries, the problem is how to dispose these things. So that's the social issue. So in Duterte's administration, There is the Build program, and industrial development was initiated by the government. So this is an image of factory workers. So next is the government institution supporting the science and technology for nation building. So the Philippine government invests in science and technology through various departments and programs. First one is the Department of Science and Technology, and I am humbled and proud at the same time that I am a DOST scholar, and since my master's and until now in my doctorate degree. And during my college days, I was a Senator Teresa Aquino Oreta scholar. And the UST has helped me finance my studies, and has also helped me in my businesses, because when my allowance arrives, I always put something for business. So the UST has already helped me financially, and to achieve my goals in my academic progression. So thank you so much, Department of Science and Technology. This is the leader in national and science technology development. And right now, I am applying for funding from the UST for the phase 2 of my research, wherein I will develop a bamboo fiber bra for breast cancer patients and survivors. So thank you so much to the UST for all the financial and emotional support from the teachers. And next is the UST Sectoral Councils, the Health Research Institution, or the PCARD, and the Agriculture and Natural Resources. Okay. So, and also the PSHERD, which concerns industry, energy, and emerging technologies. And also National Innovation Council, or the NIC, which crafts policies that promote national innovation and inclusive development. And CHED and TESDA. So right now I am with CHED. For the past 10 years, I was with DepEd, Strengthen Science and Technology Education and Technical Skills Training. Okay. So these are images showing students having some wine testing, or some laboratory or practical work. Okay? So another is case studies of science and technology contribution to Philippine nation building. The first one is the Project NOAA, which concerns disaster risk management. It provided hazard maps, flood models, and early warning systems that saves lives during typhoons and heavy rain. Okay, next is Gawad Kalinga and Rice Research and Telemedicine Program. So we have mentioned this before. So that's our lesson, and I hope you learned many things about the contribution of science and technology to our society and to nation building. So for your student activity and assessment activity, you will answer these questions. Okay, you will only give the short answer, and you will send your answer to our Google Classroom, or send it to me in the Messenger application. And then for your performance task, you will create a digital infographic. Okay? You will prepare a one-page infographic titled Science, Technology, and Nation Building, the Philippine Experience. You will include the following: a short definition of nation building, 3 examples of science contributions, and at least 3 examples of technology contributions, and one government program that promotes science and technology. You can pass hand written or printed in hard copy. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. So you will also include at least 2 images or icons. You can draw it or you can print, and a brief reflection or your insights on how science technology shapes your life as a student. So this is the rubric. Accuracy 30%, creativity and design, 25%, and completeness, 25%, and clarity and organization, 20%. So I will wait for your output, and these are my references. Thank you so much for these references. And this is Teacher Lourdes saying, Mabuhay!